The first warning came quietly, the way danger often does. It was a small thing, too small to argue over. I had returned early from work that day and met silence where laughter usually lived. The sitting room smelled different, like unfamiliar perfume fighting with the scent of my detergent. He was in the bathroom, humming softly, too relaxed for a man who claimed he had spent the whole day alone. "You're back early," Kunmi said when he stepped out, smiling easily. "Yes," I replied, watching his face carefully. "I thought I'd surprise you." He laughed and kissed my forehead. "You're full of surprises." I laughed too. I always did. Trust made it easy. I trusted Kunmi with everything: my heart, my money, my name, my reputation. When he said he wanted to start a business, I emptied my savings without blinking. "We're building our future," he said, holding my hands. Together. Together sounded sweet. Together sounded safe. My friends warned me gently at first. "Just be careful," Sola said one afternoon. "Love is good, but don't pour everything into one cup." I waved her off. Not everyone is wicked. Kunmi is different. That word, different, became my excuse. I defended him when he stopped contributing at home. I defended him when he became secretive with his phone. I defended him when he started disappearing for hours without explanation. "He's under pressure," I told myself. Men struggle differently. One evening, I asked calmly, "How is the business going?" He didn't look up from his phone. Slow. "You know how these things are." I nodded, though something heavy settled in my chest. Weeks later, the truth knocked loudly. I went to the bank to clear a small issue and left with shaking hands. The account I thought was meant for investments had been drained beyond explanation. Transfers. Withdrawals. Names I didn't recognize. My voice trembled when I called him. "Kunmi, did you move money from the account?" There was a pause. Then irritation. "Why are you checking accounts? Don't you trust me?" I swallowed. "I just need clarity." "Stop behaving like my mother," he snapped and hung up. That night, he didn't come home. When he finally did the next day, I confronted him. No shouting. No insults. Just truth asking for truth. He laughed. Not nervously. Not defensively. He laughed like someone finally tired of pretending. "You women like drama," he said. I used the money. "So what?" "So what?" I repeated, my voice barely standing. "I needed it," he said. "You had it." I stared at him. "You said it was for our future." He shrugged. Plans change. Everything became clear in that moment, not suddenly, but painfully. The late nights. The lies. The confidence with which he spent what cost me years to build. "Were you ever going to tell me?" I asked. He looked at me, bored. Would it change anything? That was the day love left my body. Not with anger. With exhaustion. I asked him to leave. He packed easily, too easily, like someone who had already moved on in his mind. At the door, he paused. "You'll be fine," he said. "You're strong." I almost laughed. Recovery was not quick. Shame followed me everywhere. I felt foolish. Used. Angry at him, but angrier at myself. I replayed every moment I ignored my instincts, every time I chose love over sense. One evening, Sola sat beside me as I cried. "You didn't fail," she said softly. "You loved." "Yes," I replied. "But I loved blindly. Time did what it always does." The wounds closed, though the scars stayed. I rebuilt slowly, carefully, this time with boundaries guarding my heart. Months later, I heard Kunmi had done the same thing to another woman. Bigger promises. Bigger damage. I felt no joy. Just understanding. Some people don't break you because they are powerful. They break you because you handed them all your strength and trusted them not to crush it. I learned the hard way that love should never require blindness, silence, or self-erasure. Trust is precious, and giving it without wisdom can cost you more than money. It can cost you yourself. And that was the mistake I will never make again.
Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed telling it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. Don't miss our next adventure.